What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Let us introduce y'all to our latest project vehicle, the $3,000 budget beater. So if you follow this channel for a while, you know that we're keen on doing things on a very tight budget. So with that being said, I got to thinking the other day, in 2024, can you purchase a vehicle and make it daily driver reliable within a $3,000 budget? So after hours and hours of scrolling through Facebook Marketplace, checking out thousands of ads, we finally landed on this 2004 Honda CR-V. Now I know this is out of our usual realm of content as far as old school hot rods and stuff go, but I thought this would be an interesting challenge to do to see if we can actually purchase a vehicle and do the repairs needed to make it daily driver reliable within a $3,000 budget. So if that's something that interests you, hit that subscribe button, drop us a like on this video, and follow along as we do this challenge. I'm going to be transparent on all the pricing on everything we spend to get this thing back in road shape. So to kick things off, I'm going to give you a quick walk around of the vehicle. Like I said, it's a 2004 Honda CR-V. It's EX trim level, so it does have the more upgraded options as far as sunroof goes, the alloy wheels, power windows, power locks, the usual stuff. It's just the EX mainly comes with the sunroof and the alloy wheels. There might be a couple other features that they come with over the LX base model, but 2004 Honda CR-V. It's burgundy, as you can see, or was burgundy at one time on the exterior. The back windows have already been tinted. I don't know if that came factory like that. It looks like factory tint, so that saves us some money there. The front windows still need to be tinted. Somebody before us obviously knows how to shop on a budget, because they got the Blackhawks on here on the front. Brand new Blackhawks on the front. So the tires on the rear are mixed match tires, and they've seen better days. So we'll go grab two more Blackhawks and match the front. That way it'll have 4 brand new tires. Even comes with a full size spare with a matching alloy wheel on the back. Give you a look at this side. It's a 2004, y'all, so it's not going to be anything fancy or extremely clean. If you're familiar with these Hondas, especially this generation, if these things were not garage kept or regularly waxed, this is what you get for your paint. Clear coat is obviously shot on the hood and the roof, and it's starting to fade into the fenders. But we're going to clean it up the best we can, see what we can make out of it. It's not going to be looking like a new paint job, but we can definitely make it better than what it is now, and especially when it comes to those faded out headlights and the plastic trim. So we'll probably save the detailing towards the end of the video or the end of this series, because we got a few repairs to make on it. Give you a quick glance at the inside of it. It's a mixture of cloth and vinyl on the seats here. If you're familiar with this generation of CR-Vs, this thing has a ton of storage. You got a glove box here. You've got in-dash cubby holes here, 3 of them. You've got additional cubby holes there, and another one down bottom. 12 volts here, pull out cup holder. You have a center console with a 2 tray compartment and 2 cup holders that also folds flat if you need it out of the way. So that's pretty neat. It's automatic. The shifter is in a unique placement on the dash. It's not really on the column, but it reminds me of being on the column. Parking brake built into the design of the dash. Like I said, it's power windows, power locks. The best part about these CRVs is the seats tumble all the way forward, so if you don't have your picnic table missing like this one is, usually there's a picnic table that comes in these CRVs factory that covers up that storage compartment in the bottom cargo area. And if that's there, this floorboard's almost completely flat in the back when you open it up. Give you a better view of it back here. Like I said, normally there's a hard plastic picnic table that fits this area right here. Obviously somebody's removed this one, but you can see the storage room that they offer. So I'm definitely going to be on the hunt for a replacement for the table here. Both seats, it's a 60-40 split. They both fold down. You have more storage on the door here in the rear. I mean, this thing was, when Honda designed these things, they had storage in mind, definitely. There is a 12 volt here in the rear hatch. Jack compartment. Just basic stuff, y'all. It's definitely dirty, so you can see we're gonna have our work cut out for us cleaning this thing up. The cool thing about this is the tailgate opens and the rear glass opens, so that's a neat feature. In the back, more storage. You got 2 cubby holes on each back door, actually 3, a small one and then 2 larger ones. Storage on the back of the seat. Let's see if I can fold the seat down for y'all. In the rear, you do have a fold down armrest with 2 cup holders. Like I said, it's a 60-40 split in the back. And the cool thing about these back seats, these things actually are on sliding tracks. You can slide the seat forwards or backwards, and they also recline. I mean, how many seats from 2004 in the rear of a vehicle recline? So that's pretty neat. But yeah, that's a basic overview of the interior, y'all. It comes factory with CD player, tape player combo, which we'll probably remove at some time. But let's get down to the nitty gritty and show y'all the repairs we got to do on this thing. This particular vehicle has 264,000 miles on it. And as you can see by the cardboard that I placed below it when we dropped it off here at the house, it has a minor oil leak, which is not that big of a deal. We'll address that. I've seen way worse than that. Let me pop the hood on this thing and we'll give you a look at the engine. Now, I know what some of you are thinking. 264,000 miles is a lot of miles, and that's true. It's quite a bit of miles. This vehicle is 2004, and what blows my mind is it's 20 years old already. But as you can see, it has the Honda 2.4 liter K series. If you're familiar with the Honda world, these K series are pretty reliable. So I've had no issues out of it. I drove it a couple times. It seems to run fine, minus the oil leak that we have to deal with. And it has a charging problem at the moment. The previous buyer took it and had it scanned at AutoZone. They told him that the alternator was bad, which may be the case, but I tested this battery on my own and it is a dead battery, which makes sense because it's a EverStart, just a basic cheapest battery you can get for it, and it's currently 5 years old. So I'm going to start out by replacing that before we jump into the alternator. But I did notice that it does need a serpentine belt, so we will be replacing that and the battery at the same time. That way we can diagnose if the alternator is bad. We'll replace that and move forward, and then we'll address this oil leak. It's obviously something, valve cover gasket, timing cover gasket, possibly power steering fluid leaking on the belt and just kicking it everywhere. You can see that where that piece of that belt broke, it tore up the hood insulation. So that is going to be the first thing we'll be addressing. And like I said, I'm going to be transparent about the pricing on everything for this project. And we purchased the vehicle itself for $2,300. Has a clean title, of course. I wouldn't buy anything without a clean title or salvage title. It's just one more headache you have to deal with. But the vehicle was purchased for $2,300, and as we make the repairs and upgrades to this vehicle, I will note them in the video and also in the comment section or the description section. So hit the subscribe button, follow along for this project, y'all. Stay tuned. So the first thing I did was I put a new battery in this thing, and I had to replace the serpentine belt. Now normally first thing I would do is tackle the degreasing part of it, but this thing was dead as a doornail, so I had to get a good battery and a belt on it so we can move it back and forth in the driveway. So I picked up that battery from a local Rural King. It was $79.99 plus a $12 cord charge, which I'm getting ready to go trade in. So 80 bucks for a battery, and then that belt, it looks old enough to be the factory original belt with 262,000 miles on it. But anyways, we replaced that with a Duralast unit. There's the part number for you. That belt was 25 bucks, so we're into it for 105 so far. And I threw a voltmeter on it, and it appears that the alternator is charging. So don't always take the advice of your local auto parts salesperson. I mean, they could be trying to upsell somebody that doesn't know much about vehicles. I didn't personally have it tested. The previous owner did, and he informed me that AutoZone told him that it needed an alternator, which was going to be about $205 for this vehicle. Which, I mean, down the road it may need an alternator, but right now, while it's at idle, it's making 14.3 volts, so that tells me that the alternator is charging at idle. So, and that's about 700 RPM. Of course, going down the road, you're going to get a little bit more juice out of it. So right now, total spent is 2,300 plus what, 105, so we're at 2,405, and it's doing pretty good. So let's move on to the next thing.